It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll see the Buccaneers' rocket-arm quarterback. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Bucs and the Eagles, next on EA Sports.
Few better places in the country weather-wise this time of year than this one right here, Tampa, Florida, and beautiful Raymond James Stadium. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, CD, you look at the Bucs in this matchup. We know how well they throw the football, but they're going to have their work cut out for them in this one.
Yeah, they're going up against a top 5 unit in the league, and this is a defense. They don't make a lot of mistakes. Well coached, they execute really, really well, and terrific leadership on that side of the ball. So precision, that's going to have to be a key for them in this one.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Second and 5. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 7 yards there and a first down. The Eagles at 500, sitting at 5-5. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Brian Asamoah working his way in to pick up the sack. Now, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Throwing on 1st down, Douglas. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, Douglas. That one taken in by T. Higgins. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 97 yards.
5th in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong category. I mean, if you're in the top 5 in anything, I don't care whether it's football or tiddlywinks, you're having a nice season.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Back to throw. Douglas. He finds his man. Complete. It's Ferguson. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Off play action. Douglas. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. On 1st down, Douglas. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Throwing on 1st down, Douglas. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Douglas. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. On 1st and 10, Douglas. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. Sitting at first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Looking to throw. Douglas. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. 15 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked to him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage for every carry he receives this week.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Second and 14. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Pierce now up the middle. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw here. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Pierce. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Pierce. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. From the gun on 3rd down, Douglas steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That's taken on the 25. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They'll set up to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Jake Camarda now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Harris starts the drive on the ground. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They run again with Harris. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Douglas. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Douglas. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get
under pressure. They got him again. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
Now he dumps this off over the middle.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw.
A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw again.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And it'll be intercepted.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Bucs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. To throw on second down, Douglas. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo. And it's the Ravens who have the lead as they play the second quarter. Joe Mixon, a couple of touchdown runs. Let's stay in the AFC East and head across the state to see what the Jets are doing at MetLife Stadium. And they trail the visiting Patriots at halftime. Terry McLaurin already up near 100 yards receiving with a full half still to go. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And you can see they lead the visiting Arizona Cardinals at halftime. Allen Lazard a touchdown catch in that first half. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And they were able to have some success throwing the football against the secondary. Look for that to continue as they try to break this deadlock. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. The Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Douglas firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris to the 27-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. On 3rd down, Douglas. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding offense.
They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Back to throw. Douglas. He gets it complete to Harris. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Back to throw again.
Got a man. It's complete. It's Palmer.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 36. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Give to Pierce now on the option.
Oh, look at the juke. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
They'll look to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone.
So matching field goals here to begin this 3rd quarter of play, and we are tied again.
And this is how it's been all game long, very much like a boxing match. Each team counter-punching each other, neither gaining a clear advantage.
And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
On first down, Douglas.
And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This is Harris on the draw. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Douglas.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Douglas over the middle, complete. That's Harris.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him at the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On the delay, here's Harris.
Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's another carry for Harris. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here.
They'll get this to Hamler over the middle.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Fielded just inside the 20.
The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught at the 10. A big play there for Philly.
48 yards. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Pierce.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Dameon Pierce, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Well, I think we both got to thinking the team that scores the first TD may be the one to win this football game. And here we go. Our first touchdown, and it comes in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and it's a testament that both of these defenses were able to hold the line this long. But now, on the other side of the field, they've got to be thinking if they got it done, we should be able to punch one in ourselves.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game.
We've discussed this before, and we've seen it at practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries. But the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on 2-point plays as well.
Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Douglas. That's complete to Mooney. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 4 yards on the pickup. Good enough to extend the drive.
Man, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Throwing on first down. Douglas. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Back to throw. Douglas. Over the middle. He finds Higgins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The result, a first down, as a quick slant gets him 14. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
On 1st and 10, Douglas. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Douglas. Open man is Duvernay. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Douglas. He finds his man complete. That's Kramer. So no gain on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Devin Duvernay with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, They had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to run it with Harris, and he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Bucs are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field.
Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
This one taken in by Otten. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. On second down, a run with Patterson.
4 yards the pickup, first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
They'll run again with Harris.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left.
They'll try the right side with Harris.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And this one is right through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
So now the Eagles down by 6. And time, a huge factor. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. He's back to throw.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Flushed out right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Now all the focus shifts over to the Bucs, trailing by a point, 30 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
T. Higgins was the intended target.
And that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw.
He's got Mooney, and he is out of bounds with the 1st down, and 13 seconds left to go.
Back to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Eagles, they move back over 500 now at 6-5.
And they'll get another road date next week when they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.